And you can see by his facial features, his nose and his mouth, he is visibly indigenous.
Aaron Greycloud II holds up a picture of his grandparents, Barbara Fleming and David Fleming, and states they are indigenous. He lives in Kitimat, BC, and is fighting to prove his father is a status Indian under the Indian Act. He says it was a lifelong challenge for his father, a 60 Scoop survivor who passed away in 2016. But he filed an application on his father's behalf with Collectiva, who is handling class action settlements for 60 Scoop survivors.
I was on Facebook and I was looking at their lawsuit they had, the 60 Scoop lawsuit. I'm like, man, my dad wanted that, but he died before he got that. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that for him.
This summer, Greycloud received a notice of intent to reject his father's application from Collectiva. Not an official rejection, but giving him 45 days to provide more information. Métis and non-status are currently not eligible for compensation. Greycloud II filed a Freedom of Information request for his father, Aaron Greycloud's adoption records. The province of BC records show his father is Indian and Caucasian. He sent his father's documents to Indigenous Services. They are working on his father's file. An Indigenous Services email shown by Greycloud stated that based on the search of the records provided, it was not possible to identify his father as a person who has been registered as an Indian. Greycloud expressed frustration with the challenge to prove his father was Indigenous after being put in foster care in Vancouver in the mid-1950s.
And yet it was so easy for them to write him down as Caucasian and to whitewash him, yet it is so difficult to undo what they have done.
Indigenous Services sent APTN an email statement on the requirements and stated they are working with Collectiva. Canada worked closely with the third-party administrator Collectiva to support administration of the 60 Scoop settlement agreement. A key part of the support was to update protocols, processes, and systems related to the registration process, with the understanding that these improvements would benefit all individuals seeking registration under the Indian Act, including those impacted by the 60 Scoop. Anyone who believes they may be eligible for registration is encouraged to apply. Greycloud II says his father's fight for registered status was a major frustration before he passed. He will wait to hear back answers from Indigenous Services Canada. He is sad that if his father's case is successful, he won't be here to witness it.
Even if they do accept his application, I regret that he's not here to accept it, to be able to revel in it a bit, to be able to feel the victory.
Greycloud II is raising awareness of his struggles in hopes it brings justice for his father and other 60 Scoop survivors facing similar circumstances across Canada.
That he didn't want revenge. He wanted justice. You know, and that echoed through my life on the times where I was so frustrated at this process, at having my history taken from me. Where as a young man, I do remember wanting revenge, and my dad sitting me down and telling me, that's not the path. You know, that's not going to bring the change we need.
Lee Wilson, APTN National News, Kitimat.